Yes, it is, friends. It's number 157 of 365, and this is NYC Day 2, and I start in 5. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. I hope that you're doing well, and I hope that wherever you are is doing good for you. It's me, it's Paul Carpenter. This is number 157 of 365, and it's NYC Day 2. So, this is exactly what I've always wanted this thing to be, which is you guys hanging out with me while I travel and going wherever it is that I go, and me saying good morning to you guys, and hopefully giving you some form of inspiration to go live an adventurous life, somewhat like I live. Now, to get into some descriptive information of what happened, I think I already said this on my New York City pizza thing, but I'm going to do it again just so everybody gets an in-depth understanding of what happened. 2 weeks ago, I watched a video on YouTube from a guy named, I think his name's David. He has a show called Concrete. That's the name of the channel, and it's K-O-N, I think it's K-O-N-C-R-E-T-E, like concrete, but with a K instead. Anyways, this guy has been doing podcasts with all kinds of weird, interesting people. One of the people that he met was a guy named Brian Aponte. And Brian is a dope, amazing guy who lives in Florida. He's a real estate guy, and he's just a badass. The guy is just a badass. And so, the story is that him and I get on the phone and we start talking and talking. He's like, "Listen, dude, I don't know who you are, but I don't stay on the phone with people this long. I'm a busy guy, I've got a lot of things going on." And he's like, "Look, I like you, but I think you need to talk to a friend of mine. I've known him for like 30-some years." So he sends me this guy named Jack. Fuck me, Jack. And so me and Jack start talking on the phone. I'm telling Jack about how I'm filming stuff and I'm trying to do stuff and da-da-da-da. And he goes, "Oh my God, listen, got this a great idea. You need to come to New York. Here's my credit card. Here's my information. I've got tons of money. Just show up." And I'm like, okay. So I buy the ticket, because you know me, right? I'm fucking Adventure Time. So I'm like, I'm going. And so I end up, I buy my ticket. Now, without even thinking about it, I buy my ticket, and I have a layover in Colorado, which is cool, because I got to see Mark Junyu. He's on my friends list. Look down below. And, all of a sudden, I leave there really early in the morning, like 4 in the morning, get here to New York, and call Jack. Find out that Jack lost his cell phone. So he has no idea where he's at. I'm trying to get in touch with Jack. I call the guy. The guy says, "Hey, I found the phone." I'm saying, "Well," he's like, "Yeah, I've been talking to the guy who lost his phone." I'm like, "What?" So then, crazy life, bro. So then I then go over and find Jack at a Mexican restaurant with over a $300 bill, which he cannot pay for. And like all of his credit cards are like totally disheveled. He's yelling and screaming. He's smoking inside the bar. And I'm just looking at myself like, yo, dude, there's only 2 seconds of this that I can last. Like, I couldn't. I'm a crazy fuck, guys. You know that I'm crazy, and you know that I don't care, and you know that many times I'll be like, blah, 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 blah. But in the end, I do care, and in the end, I do actually want to be respectful, and I don't want to create problems, and so it's like, wow. And so, last but not least, I take Jack. The restaurant manager's like, "Yo, get this guy the fuck out of here, dude. What the fuck this guy thinks he is, or what, this, that, the other, all this stuff, right?" And so, damn it, I almost got him. Basically, Jack gets in the car. He's drunk. And when I get to the car, I see that he has no license plate on his car. And he has no brakes on the car. Like, literally, the brakes are completely out. Like, you have to slam on the brakes to actually even stop. And I'm driving on a highway with him. He's yelling at me, asking me for different things, and I'm like, "Yo, dude, I'm driving. I can't look in the back seat while driving with no brakes." He's like, "Take me to my lawyer." Now, mind you, I knew that I was supposed to meet him at his lawyer's office, and so I called the lawyer's office asking for him, and the lawyer's like, "Yo, dude, I haven't seen this guy for close to 10 or 15 years. So I don't know what the fuck is up with this guy. He's all kinds of crazy." And I'm like, "That's insanity, bro. I can't believe this is going on. What's going on?" So he's like, take me to my lawyer. Then he's like, take me to Brian. Call Brian on the phone. And I'm like, oh my God, dude. So I call Brian on the phone, and Brian's like, dude, you're actually in New York? And I'm like, yeah, man. He's like, I didn't think you'd be ballsy enough to do it. I was like, fuck, I'm ballsy enough, bro. And he's like, listen, what you need to do is get the fuck out of that situation as quickly as possible. He's like, listen, I'm going to send you $400, even though I have nothing to do with the situation, but I feel somewhat responsible because I introduced you to this fucking crazy fuck. So, here's $400, figure your shit out, and if you're ever in Florida, we're going to go see this guy that I did the podcast with, and you're going to do a podcast with him and tell him your story, and tell him your whole life thing. And I was like, this is fucking great, I'm going to do it, I'm in. So then I'm middle of the night last night, I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I don't know where I'm going to stay. So I call a friend of mine. His name's Eric. I've known Eric now for many years. He's a beautiful soul. He used to do the Free Hugs campaign in NYC and Union Square and Times Square, and we've had a great time. We've always talked, and I've always helped him out as much as I can with everything. And so anyways, the point is, his friend Sebastian and him invited me last night for dinner. They had a place for me to crash. We are now planning on me staying here till after 420 because it's the first year that it's legal in New York to smoke recreationally. So it's like, wow, come on, how do you pass up such an event? And so that's the story. Now, what I want to talk about more so than anything else today is this. I was supposed to be in Oklahoma right now. I had a big gig with Exhibit and a bunch of other people at this thing called something festival in Oklahoma. I think it was called. Wait. Shit, I just dropped everything. Napkin? My point to this was this. Yeah. My point to this was this. And everybody, if you want to say that's Sebastian, hi Sebastian, hey. Okay. So, and so basically, I was supposed to be in Oklahoma, and that gig got canceled, and then all this other stuff happened. There's something there. I'm not exactly sure what that means, or why, or how, or what, but there's something there. There's an explanation there for why I'm in New York right now, and I'm not in Oklahoma. And in the next couple of days, I hope to figure it out. So, that was me kind of filling you in on what's going on with my life right now. I want to say I love you and I thank you. Please, if you would not mind, go out into the world, do something nice for somebody else. And if you can't do something nice for yourself, it does start with you. Number 2, don't get caught up in all the crazy. And number 3, if you would not mind, please like, share, subscribe, send this out to somebody who would like to see it. And with that, my friends, you've reached the end of the video. I want to say thank you. I really do. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for enjoying these adventures that I go on. And with all of that, my friends, do me a favor, take a deep breath. Breathe in all that good stuff. Get all the negative stuff out. Be a beautiful person. Spread happiness in this world. And tell everybody that you love them. Yeah, because you do. And with that, my friends, I love you all so very much. I will see you all on the other side.